Wait. Oh my goodness, I can already tell this book is going to break me. This is going to be a spoiler vlog. Welcome back to my channel. So I am so excited to film this reading vlog today because I am going to be reading the last book of the Throne of Glass series. It is kind of a bittersweet feeling. Like, I'm so excited to know what happens at the end of this book, but I am so sad to say goodbye to the characters. I feel like there's no way that I can do this vlog without slipping and doing some spoilers. So I've decided that I'll just let you guys know from the start that this is going to be a spoiler vlog. But if you don't want to know what happens in this book, maybe watch one of my other videos. I feel like everyone else has read this book but me. Like, I am the last person on the planet to read this book. Just for those of you, like the one or two of you who haven't read this book yet and want a little bit of a background on what's happened so far, our main female character starts off as Selena in this book, and she is an assassin and has just come out of a prison to try and compete to be the king's champion. And she ends up becoming the king's champion and gets to know the prince a bit more and develops a friendship with the prince. She also gets to know the captain of the guard a bit more. There are demons that they're trying to fight off called the Vulg, and basically the end of book 2, the captain of the guard convinces the king to send her off to the Feylands. And then at the end of book 2, we're told that she's actually Aelin, the heir to Turazin, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, kingdom, and she's half Fae. In the Feylands, she meets Rowan, who is a Fae prince, and ends up falling in love with him. In the series, there are basically two main enemies. The first one is the Fae Queen, and the second is King of the Demons. At the end of Empire of Storms, we see that Aelin, our main female character, has been captured by Maeve, who is the Fae Queen, and that's how the book ends. I then had to pick up Tower of Dawn because I didn't do the tandem read. I had to read that before I could find out what happens to Aelin. But I actually really enjoy Tower of Dawn. I read the first 7 books of the series either from the library or on my Kindle, and I decided for the last book I was going to buy it so that I could have it as a trophy on my shelf. So I'm just going to insert a clip here of me going to Whitkills, which is one of the New Zealand bookstores. I'm so excited to have this book on my shelf. Oh, it's still got the sticker on. Aelin has vowed to save her people, but at a tremendous cost. Locked in a coffin by Maeve, the Queen of the Fae, Aelin must draw upon her fiery will as she endures months of torture. Wait. Months of torture? What? Let's start reading this book together. I can already tell this book is going to break me. The first sentence of the prologue, which is Rowan's POV, says he had been hunting for her since the moment she was taken from him, his mate. He barely remembered his own name. Oh my goodness. Guys, it can't take months to get her away from Maeve. Surely it's not going to take months. So I'm a couple of chapters in, but my daughter's just woken up from her nap. So I will let you guys know my thoughts and opinions when I'm a little bit further. It's the next day and my baby girl has gone to bed and I've just got some time now to read and chat with you guys. So I'm only on page 75. I didn't get to read much last night, so I'm going to read a bit tonight. Each chapter has introduced each of the characters and where they're at and what they're doing. And of course, Aelin and, what's his name? Fenris. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right at all. I feel like when I read fantasy books, I just like skim over the names and make up rubbish in my head for the names. Aelin has been captured by Maeve and is being tortured by Cain or Karn. And Fenrin is her only grasp to humanity at the moment. With Lorcan and Elodie, I really enjoyed their little storyline in Empire of Storms. But yeah, so sad that they're not really on talking terms at the moment, because Lorcan at the end of Empire of Storms, after Maeve broke the bond between them, he tried to crawl back to her, which Elodie was really upset by. But then on page 56, Lorcan says to Elodie that no, he did not try to crawl after Maeve, he was crawling after Aelin. But I think Sarah J. Maas might be trying to portray like the Stockholm syndrome there. But yeah, keep reading with me and we'll see where I get to. Oh my goodness. Fenris, his twin, ended up killing himself instead of Fenris. I finally got to the part where Aelin is imagining her mother in the coffin that she's been tortured in, and her mother says to her, "You do not yield." And I feel like that's a quote I really see when looking up these books. Okay, I did not expect that. I did not expect Glenys, the Cochrane witch, to be Manon's grandmother or great-grandmother. I think I like Glenys. I made it to page 170. I think this book is going to take me like a whole week or week and a half to get through, which is understandable because like 1,000 pages. I think this is the biggest book I've read this year, and will probably be the biggest book I read the whole year. But yeah, I've just finished chapter 16, and at the moment, I think I'm most excited about Manon's storyline. What happens with her great-grandmother and how she wins over the Cochrane. Also quite interested to see how her and Dorian's relationship emotionally develops, because at the moment it is pretty physical. What I'll do now is I'll probably go to bed and read a few chapters while I'm in bed. I am on chapter 25 and I have a feeling that this is when Aelin is going to be rescued by Rowan, because we've gone through about a quarter of the book already and she is still captured by Maeve. Excuse the toddler toys and books in the background. Man, Karn, man, he's a piece of work. Like, oh, he's the worst. Fenris breaks the blood vow to Maeve. He saves her. He snapped the blood oath completely. Okay, so Aelin has just saved Fenris's life by offering him the blood oath It's the only way that would have saved him. Oh my goodness. Why does that make me emotional? Hello, boy. I am really glad. Oh, you want the bookmark? Do you want the bookmark? Oh dear. I am really, really glad that he is no longer bloodbound to Maeve. What I'm going to do is carry on reading for a while and then give you an update once I have more thoughts and opinions. I am about 50, or no, actually, maybe like 60% of the way through. I do struggle a little bit with all the POVs. Like I'm just getting into a POV when it suddenly switches. When you jump into the next POV, you're like, oh, I wanted to see what happened in the previous POV. And I know that's kind of like a tool the author uses to keep us intrigued. So far, there's been at least like 10 POVs. I might be wrong. But at the moment, they seem to be coming together a little bit more, not so separate, which is fun. I'm really liking how the author is portraying post-traumatic stress with Aiden. Like she's not just making Aiden run straight to Rowan and go back to normal. She's showing the pain and how hard it is to come back to being her normal self. It's really good that the author's showing that, because I feel like with a lot of romantasy books, when a main character has gone through a traumatic event, they suddenly, when they're back with everyone, they're back to their normal selves and they're doing what they were doing previously. So I think that was really well done in Kingdom of Ash. I also really like Elodie's character development. She's gone from being like a weaker character to now becoming so much stronger and so strong-willed, and I'm just enjoying reading her POV. This book is definitely taking me quite a while to get through, but that's okay because it is a 980-page book. I am now on chapter 70 at the moment. We've had that epic war scene where Aelin uses an incredible amount of power that she's been storing. Basically, it's to help Lorcan and Elodie get out of a fatal situation, a massive dam that's been broken and the water is about to destroy them. And Aelin uses her magic to hold back the water, break the ground, and let all that water go below to the underneath hot springs. And it was an amazing display of power. I think she's been holding off on that power. Sorry. I think she was going to use that power to destroy Maeve later on. So it'll be interesting to see how she ends up destroying Maeve later on in the book. I am now on chapter 70, and Darian is in Morath, and he is trying to find the third key. And we've just realized that Maeve is also there at Morath as well. Surely Darian's not going to marry Maeve? No, I didn't see that one coming. No. I knew Darian wasn't going to marry Maeve. I've just finished chapter 78 and it explains things a bit more. For a second there, I was like, oh my goodness, he's going to marry Maeve. And I was like, no. He was just tricking her, which was amazing. I feel like this little section of Maeve and Darian in Morath has been a really, really good few chapters. The war was getting a bit tiring to read through. And I feel like this was a really nice little break, and I really thoroughly enjoyed these chapters. I thought they were really clever. And oh yes, wait, before I go, the other thing I wanted to say before I keep reading was that I finally understand the hype surrounding Darian. I was like, I don't understand why people hype him up so much, but after reading these last few chapters, I was like, oh yeah, okay, I get it now. I am really interested to see though how, is it Darian or is it going to be Aelin that has to sacrifice themselves to put the keys back in place? Like I hope they find a way that neither of them have to be destroyed. But yeah, I'll let you guys know my thoughts once I finish the book. I did it, guys. I finished the Throne of Glass series. And what do I do with my life now? I ended up taking about a week and a half to read this book, which is understandable. I mean, 980 pages. Yeah, it's a lot. And I cannot help but give this a 5-star. It was really, really well written. All the POVs that I was getting a bit frustrated about all came together really nicely and gave a more cohesive storyline. I really enjoyed how Sarah J. Maas wrote about women empowerment and wrote about all these main female characters and how they all came together to save the world. Elodie, Aylin, Irene, how they all just, saved the day. With the ending, I do feel like there were one or two things that I was slightly missing out on. The first one was I was really hoping there would be an Aylin, Darian, and Kale farewell, and like the 2 pages we got of them saying goodbye together. I was hoping we'd get more of a conclusion on that. I was also hoping we would get a little bit more of a conclusion between Darian and Manon. I felt so bad for Manon at the end when her 13 or Wayne was made unalive. Like, again, it was just showing incredible female empowerment. My last thought was, I thought the character development throughout the series to this last book was really, really good. I most liked Elodie, or lead. I most liked her development, and of course Aylin's character development. And we only got a little bit of Irene in the beginning of the series, but I thought she was also a really great character to read about. This is my TBR, and this is my completed book, and I can finally put it on there as a trophy. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day.